Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, boxing and MMA fans from around the world. Introducing from Bassett, California, the third man in the ring, Popeye Ray.
My name's Ray Corona, Popeye Ray. I'm the host of Third Man in the Ring. Today we got an awesome interview, especially you boxing fans that were around in the 90s, the 80s and 90s. Who remembers Alex Jaws Garcia, the heavyweight contender? The love for him from the Nevadios in Southern California, if not all of California, if not all the raza, he was one of the few heavyweights in our time that made it to the top, bro. So today I want you to give him a warm welcome, Alex Jaws Garcia. Gracias, don, for coming on,
yeah.
man.
Pleasure to be here, shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, even though we've met over the years, tell the fans, Alex, what you've been up to lately. What you been up to, man?
I tell everybody, and they, well, what do you do? And I said, that's all I do is walk around the neighborhood.
That's right.
I'm at the beach walking. I'm at wherever I'm at. That's all I do is walk around.
Enjoying life, right?
Just enjoying, just doing my walk. To do whatever I want to do instead of you gotta have a plan and do this day by day. All them days are gone from me. I just get up, brush my teeth, drink my coffee, and take off walking.
That's right.
That's one reason I stay in shape, because I'm always walking.
You look good, brother.
I used to run a lot, but I used to run 10 miles every day or every other day, and then until I really hurt one of my calves. So then I started, pacing the different things. I used to run up the Nike base right there in my neighborhood, the Nike base, running up the hill. I used to do all kinds of stuff, but I always tell everybody that's in boxing, what's the number one thing you gotta have best is your endurance, being in shape. If you're not in shape, believe me, you could be beating someone in the fifth round, and in the sixth round, you're sucking air. Game's over for you. You always got to be in shape. That's the number one rule.
Take that from the heavyweight contender, guys. Take that from the heavyweight contender. With that said, Alex, let's turn the clock back.
All right.
I mean, we all know the famous San Fe on your San Fer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? On your stomach, bro. That was like, that's a homeboy up there. But let's turn the clock back. Tell us a little bit about your childhood, how you grew up, man.
Oh shit, my dad was a carpenter. He was always gone, working all the time. In my family, there was seven kids. There was 5 girls, and then me, and then my brother. He was the youngest. And then to bring it up about my brother, he was away in jail, and then he caught corona in there, and he passed away inside there.
Oh, wow.
So then that was so I lost him. And then my sister Chachi, she's the fourth oldest one. She got hit and right there by San Fernando by the Mission Park there. Someone ran into her, and then she died in the accident. So that's 2 of my family members. There was 7 of us in the family, of the kids. So then, if we went on growing up there in San Fernando, I mean, of course, you got all the good side of San Fernando, and you got the other bad side of San Fernando. Everywhere, I don't care where you go, you got that in everybody's neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I was growing up, I was playing ball, football, baseball. I don't know, I just needed something more to get me more into athletics, doing something else. So one day I got of course I was in jail for a little bit. I got out of jail.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that part.
And I went to someone came out and they said, hey, in Van Nuys, there's a gym there. So I was thinking it was gonna be like a weightlifting gym or something. And first thing in my mind was, go find some girl there or something, one of them weightlifter ones.
That's right.
I'm gonna feel their steroid biceps and shit. So then went to the gym, and it was a kickboxing gym. It was right there in Van Nuys on Friar Street in Van Nuys, California. So then I walked in, and I met Benny, the guy who owned the gym. The gym was called Benny the Jet Center. And then his brother-in-law was Blinky, so that he was one more or less handling the boxing. He was a kickboxer himself, but Benny was the champion. He fought all over the world fighting in kickboxing. And kickboxing in I would say like in the United States, it wasn't really popular yet. But overseas in Thailand,
that's the big sport over there.
He went there and fought the champion there too, and in Japan. So as I went on, the only time I kick anybody, 'cause I'm too big to catch my balance. Only time I kick anybody is when they're on the floor.
Kiddo? Or
Yeah,
losing?
yeah.
But you probably never done that.
Yeah.
Eh?
So then you told me they had the boxing, so I took up, learning the boxing, the step with the jab and all the basic stuff. And then I think it was like 3 months later, I trained for about 3 months there. And then on Valentine's of 1985, I went to Ventura and had my first amateur fight.
How old were you?
Oh, I was already 25 already. I was 25 already. And they were saying, man, this guy's too old to be in the heavyweights. He's starting too late already. He's 25 years old. He trained 3 months already. So I remember fighting this guy who was bigger than me, corn-fed, white guy from Ventura. I'm pretty sure he was there from Ventura.
Yeah.
And that's where the fight was at. And then, we both didn't, I wish I had the tape of it, because we're both just like robots probably, just coming out and just, doing the same old robot looking like you look too much of it as an amateur. So I wound up winning a 3-round decision. I wish I could see that guy now, because where I went in boxing, then I don't know if he ever kept it up or what, so I never knew what ever happened to him. But I think about people that I fought, and then I always think about what are they doing now. I always want to, run into them. A few guys, not heavyweights, but younger weights. When I was an amateur in the national team and all that, the USA team, I still keep in contact with them because they call me or they do it online. I'm computer illiterate, so I don't go.
Likewise, then.
Yeah, I don't go on the computer and do all that stuff. I just call them, the easy way. And I still got the brick phone, the big one. I'm still old school. Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's turn it back a little bit. What made you get into the body, Holmes? What possessed you? Because it sounds like you had a pretty decent childhood. A lovely mom, lovely dad.
Oh yeah, we had a big family. We grew up right there. I was raised in San Fernando, down the street from San Fernando High School, but I was born in North Hollywood on Victory and Coldwater. And they always say, well, yeah, they always say, yeah, Victory and Coldwater. And people around the area, they're thinking like, I don't know, hospital there. I said, yeah, it's right behind McDonald's on Victory. It was a little hospital there. So I went by it not too long ago, and the building's still there, but now it's a veterinarian.
Uh-oh.
So I tell people I'm half dog.
Kiddo?
Yeah, but I don't bite.
Pit bull.
Yeah, but I don't bite.
That's right.
Yeah, so then, I don't know, I just, like I said, when I was younger, I was always playing some kind of sport. The only thing I never played was basketball. I played baseball,
and that's crazy you win as tall as you are. Huh?
Yeah, I couldn't make the basket if it was right in front of me. I wasn't blind or nothing, but just that wasn't my sport.
Yeah, that wasn't your sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and San Fernando in those days, it's a big barrio, eh? So what possessed you to go that route? Just homeboys just cling to you, or vice versa?
Well, I think just how it is. Wherever there's men at and guys from the neighborhood, of course you got the followers behind it. It was the girls, and then it's a little city, but there's big pride coming out of San Fernando. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of good athletes that came out of from the valley there, from San Fernando and Pacoima and different areas there. Like I said, Charles White came out of there. Anthony Davis came from the high school, San Fernando High.
Alex Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever happened to him.
Huh.
Knock on wood. And then in baseballs too, a lot of guys did some good stuff in baseball. And then up there in Somar, a lot of my good friend Oscar Mejia, he was a good ball player. He played for Somar and all that, and then he went to minor leagues. But then wherever he is now, I haven't been in contact with since then. So I don't know what he's doing now.
Well, you know what? Let's get down to some kind of personal thing, if you don't mind talking about it. So we know you went to prison, Holmes.
Yes.
For a murder, Holmes. I don't know how far you want to talk about that, but was it all barrio stuff? Or
yeah,
what?
it was the same thing, neighborhood stuff. And there was one of my, a homie of mine, his sister had a quinceañera in Glendale, California. and we're in the wrong neighborhood, and then they try to. It was, of course, we're in their neighborhood, and they try to barge their way in, and things went to a different.
Sideways, huh?
Yeah, went sideways, and someone got stabbed. Well, several people got stabbed. No one got shot though, but several people got stabbed, and one person died.
Yeah.
And then one person said that was only one person said that they saw me stabbing the guy standing over him. It was a lie, so everything. So, if it was true or anything,
You obviously went to a railroad.
I wouldn't
court,
be.
huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd still be in jail for it.
Yeah.
Because I did 5 years, and I took I think it was I'm trying to remember the name of the charge they gave me.
Manslaughter, you know?
Yeah, manslaughter or accessory after the fact or manslaughter or whatever how they have them different terms for it.
And like I was telling you earlier, my brother Peter was in San Quentin with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in San Quentin with you. I go, wow.
Yeah, I was in San Quentin, taking up golfing there.
You know?
Yeah, of all the places, went from Chino, that's the reception area. Then you go, and then from there I went to Soledad, and then from Soledad I went to San Quentin, and then from San Quentin I thought I was going to go to Folsom, but then Folsom was having a lot of problems, so then I went back down to CIM East. It was they're better known as the White Elephant.
Yes.
And then
Chino,
and then they turned it over, and supposedly they took all the bad people out with big mouths, and then they started letting regular people there from all different prisons. And then went back to from there I went back to I think it was San Quentin, then I went back to Soledad, and then that's where I got out of Soledad. And I just remember, they let you out the gate, and I remember just looking around, like, how do I get to?
How do I get home?
How do I get home? They give you a bus tax.
$200?
Yeah, and they give you a bus tax.
Yeah.
But luckily, I had a sister that lived in Fremont, California. So they didn't know that I was getting out, and I remember where she lived at in Union City. So I took the bus to Union City, and then I just remember walking around trying to, buy a soda or whatever I'm drinking, and then I buy something to eat. And then I just remember the streetwise, and I remember how to get to her house.
Oh, wow.
And my sister Bev, they never locked the doors. So I went to the front door, opened it right up. I went inside there, watching the news, eating a sandwich, eating a bowl of cereal, whatever it was there. And then my brother-in-law came home, and his eyes, he thought he'd seen a ghost. Because I was sitting there eating, he thought he'd seen a ghost. And he goes, what? He got real nervous. He closed the doors, and he thought I escaped or something. And no one knew I was going to get out. And then that was that. And then later on, my sister came back from work, and then we went to go eat, and we talked and everything. And then they took me to what airport? San Jose Airport, or one of the ones closer in San Francisco. And then I flew back into Burbank.
Let me ask you this, Alex. You have any regret from your gang days? Is there anything that you would have wanted to change, or is it that made you what you are today?
Yeah, I would say that. Who knows if I never went to jail, got in trouble, gang life, doing all that stuff. Who knows what I would have done? I never was a drinker. I never really drank beer, smoked weed. I did everything, but I just nothing ever.
Never did.
You
didn't get hooked on it.
Yeah, I didn't get hooked on it. I didn't get too used to anything. So I always been athletic. Like I said, I'm always walking, running. Well, I'm walking now because that's the running is too hard on your knees now. But yeah, so I'm glad I never went any further. But
were you a scrapper in the street, Holmes?
Oh yeah, I was always fighting. I don't know if you can see my knuckles. Both sides of my knuckles broke in 8th grade. I broke 2 knuckles on my right hand, fighting after school. And then I broke my left hand, my knuckles on my 2 of them right here, the 2 front ones. But then I got this one fixed. They re-broke it and put the pins in there.
Yeah, I was telling before the podcast started, I was telling the friends here that this is God. Before me and you're only a year older than me, and I'm 60. You're what, 61?
61.
Yeah.
December, I'll be 62.
So this is in Bassett on Valley at Mickey's Market. I'm driving down the street, me and a homeboy. We're up to no good, man. This had to be 81, 82.
81.
And I see you at Mickey's Market, bro. We passed by and you were with another dude. You were talking to one of my homegirls, eh? And I told the homeboy, let's turn around and jam him up.
Yeah.
Thank you, God, I didn't. Imagine the ass whipping I would have got. Get off? Imagine the ass whipping I would have got. Oh. But that's a funny story because years later, Ben Lira pretty much raised me. Ben Lira and Al Lira. So years later, I see you on TV and I'm like, wow, that's that vato that was at the market, eh? And my homegirl even said, yeah, I was talking to him during that time. You know, I go, yeah, I remember seeing you at Mickey's Market. But funny story, you know what I mean? Funny story. So moving forward now, you get out of prison. What possessed you to start fighting pro, bro?
Well, I was really doing nothing. I get out of the joint and I'm like, I'm walking around doing the same old thing. I'm like, man, I want to do something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to get no job 8 to 5 or something, whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to do something else. And then someone said, let's go to this gym in Van Nuys. It was called the Jet Center. I didn't know what it was. You know, I just barely got out, so I didn't know what it was. And then we went down there. And then I was talking to Benny and stuff. And then the guy owned the gym. So, and then the next day I went back. They thought I told them I'd be back. They probably thought I was just gonna never come back. I went back the next day, brought a little bag with a changing, and just started learning how to, you know, throw a jab and, you know, the really basic stuff. Trained for 3 months there at the Jet Center, and then I went to Ventura, California, and I had my first amateur fight. Then from there, I just took off. You know, I had 25 amateur fights. I was national champion.
Yeah.
Second in the world. And then in the amateurs, I went to the world championships. I went to nationals. I won that. I won the Golden Gloves in LA at the Olympic Auditorium. And then I went to the nationals in Beaumont, Texas in '85. And then I won that. It was on ABC World of Sports. So people started, you know,
noticing.
Noticing me and picking it up.
And they were, excuse me, they were actually advertising you as the Latino, the Chicano heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we don't grow this big, Holmes. Let's be honest.
Right.
You're rare, Holmes. Our raza grows what? 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah, exactly.
And look at you.
Well,
that's why I was saying, when you were blowing up on TV, bro, the raza, whether it be the game culture, the Chicanos in California, if not all over the world, we were on you, bro. And you had our support, eh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all works.
We want to also thank our friends at Kelstar Roofing. Kelstar Roofing specializes in residential roofing, installing concrete roofing tiles, and composition asphalt shingles. They have been serving the Inland Empire for over 31 years. Call on Kelstar Roofing for all of your roofing needs. Thank our friends at CJ Smiles. CJ Smiles is an organization that supports families dealing with childhood cancer by providing financial support and gifts with the hope of putting a smile to children with fighting cancer. CJ Smiles started in memory of CJ Delfossi, who was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma in 2019. CJ loved to laugh, tell jokes, play soccer, and video games. He had the best smile. For 2.5 years, he battled cancer with chemotherapy, radiation, multiple procedures, extensive hospital stays, and had relapsed twice. CJ gained his angel wings at the age of 10 years old. This sponsor, when it came in, it pulled some heartstrings, I have to admit. I'm an oncology nurse, and this one hit home. So again, it pulled my heartstrings, and I really want to thank you guys for your support and what you do in the community.
So where did the pro come in? When did you say, you know what, let me try the pros now?
Well, I went to the nationals, and then I found the world championships in Beaumont, Texas. Then I won all my fights, and I finally made it to I bought the Korean, and I bought the Yugoslavian, and I bought my third fight was the Italian, and I beat all them guys in the second round, and then I make it to the finals, and it's on Wide World of Sports, ABC, and I made it to the finals, and of all guys, he's knocking everybody out was Stevenson from Cuba.
Yeah.
Theo Stevenson from Cuba.
You fought him, bro?
Yeah, I didn't realize how big this dude was. I'm standing next to him. This dude was up to here, man. I'm like, damn.
And he's already in his 30s, no?
Oh, no, he was older than that.
Yeah.
You know, when they said, I was his 350 fight to fight him, but I know that's a lie.
Yeah, Castro wouldn't let him turn pro or
Yeah,
anything.
he had to have 500 fights or
He already had
more.
been an Olympic gold medalist, no?
He's been the Olympic gold medalist 3 times.
Yeah. I didn't know you fought him.
Yeah, I was, and I remember to this day, I tell everybody the story. I'm in the restroom. I'm putting as a fights, I'm putting my cup on. So I went to the restroom real quick, putting the cup on, and this short man, he was from, I don't know where he was from, Germany or something, because he couldn't speak English good. And I went by him, and he got right in front of me. So I stepped over to get around him, because I had to hurry up and get out there and get dressed, put my shoes on, my boxing shoes. So he got in front of me again, and then he put his hands on my chest. To this day, I still remember this. He goes, and broken English, she told me, "Do not fight Stevenson." He goes, "I seen this man knock a horse out." And my mind was just going, I'm ready to fight him. And I told the guy, I said, "You know what, man? I made it this far, I'm gonna fight him."
That's right.
I made it to the finals, I'm gonna fight him.
That's right.
And he probably, when I walked away, he probably said, "Okay, we'll see what's gonna happen." So man, but let me tell you,
How'd that fight turn out, Holmes?
Stevenson hit me with the jab, then hit me with a body shot. I swear to God, I tell people, it felt like someone got a telephone pole, tied it to a truck, and then you stood there like this with your hands up and drive the truck 15 miles per hour and hit you in the stomach. This man hit me, man, I swear to God. I didn't feel like dropping or nothing. I held my mug. He knocked that air out of me. I couldn't breathe the whole round, but I probably, on TV, well, you couldn't see because you're wearing the helmet. And I couldn't breathe the whole round. And then the second round I went out there. He was just too experience-wise, too slick. I mean, he just did like nothing. Then he was gonna go and have a beer, because that's what he was. He was an alcoholic, Stevenson.
You know what? I don't know how true it is, but I heard Castro made him fight after all them years because he was an older guy. Eh?
Oh yeah, he was.
So he was like, "You're gonna represent."
Yeah,
Cuba, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he won.
So he fought probably angry, Holmes.
Yeah, he fought. He won 3 gold medals, 3 different Olympics. He won he won everything. He got tired of fighting over there in Cuba because he knocked out the same guys over and over.
And over, yeah.
He's just, I don't know what it is. It's just the way he got the way whoever taught him. I always wanted to know who was his coaches and see how they did stuff. And he
Real quick,
he was just
what do you think he would have? What do you think he would have been in the pros?
No, if he definitely, to this day, I always said it. They were trying to get Muhammad Ali to fight. Fight in Cuba, but Cuba was the block there, so we couldn't go over there and fight. So
they couldn't come out,
and then Cuba couldn't come out. But I guarantee you, if he would have fought Muhammad Ali, he would have knocked him out. I guarantee you.
And that's no disrespect to Muhammad Ali. He was still one of the greatest fighters. But Stevenson, all you boxing historians know, Stevenson was a man to reckon with. I remember that, and I know you fought him.
Yeah,
But he didn't. Did he knock you out?
He dropped me in the second round with a right hand. First he hit me with that hook to the stomach, and he just threw a straight right hand. I got dropped. I got up, made the count, and then the referee come up to me and he told me to walk to him. I walked to him, and then he called the fight off.
Yeah,
so
they do that. Stopped. It's real safety.
Yeah, and amateurs is real safety because, like that guy was telling me, the trainer from the other country, he told me, "Don't fight this man, because everybody knew my record was only had 24 fights when I fought him.
Very inexperienced compared to Steve.
Oh man, and they said I was his 351 fight. He probably had more than that. He probably had 1,000 fights fighting in the jungles over there in Cuba, and just man. I mean, he was just but too bad the way he died. He was just an alcoholic and he drank himself to sleep.
It's been a little while since he passed.
Yeah, I think he's been dead for like 8 to 10 years now. I think.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. So let's move forward, Josh, to your pro career now. I mean, again, in Southern California, man. I know all over the world, but in Southern California, you were talked about amongst the barrios, amongst the neighborhoods, amongst boxing. Did you hear about Alex Garcia? Man, this is the big Chicano heavyweight, you know what I mean? And we had a lot of love for you, bro, and we were totally supporting you, man. But with that said, tell us who was your first trainer in the pros?
Oh man, there was a lot of guys coming through. I wouldn't say the guy. I'd say the Lure brothers were like one of the ones that were showing me, you know, the regular. Because the Lure brothers had them good little body punches, the short punches, and all.
Constantly touching, right?
Yeah, always,
Constantly touching.
always, But I was so tall from them. You get in your habit of doing your own thing or trying to do anything because no one's in the ring with you or helping you. You're in there by yourself.
The natural comes out.
Yeah, your regular, the old you come back to you, and your mind's just going so fast.
What was your? Do you remember your first pro heavyweight fight?
Yeah, my first pro fight was a heavier set guy. It was a Mexican kid. And they were just trying to pick guys that make you look a little bit better, of course.
Well, they're building you. In my opinion, that's called building you.
Yeah, they're building you to make you look good. And then most of the fights were on TV or on cable.
Yes.
So they were, trying to max me right, do this and that. And then I used to fight at right there in the valley. It's called the Country Club. Ten Goose was throwing a lot of fights there.
Yeah,
they were promoting there. And I fought this guy, he was more experienced. He was from LA, D. Collier. And then I lost to him. I got cut. I don't know if it was from a punch or elbow, whatever it was, but I knew I couldn't see out of the eye because the blood running in. And then I got stopped in I think it was in the 4th round or 5th round. They stopped on a cut, and then so that was my first loss by cut.
But you had some exciting knockouts, brother.
Yeah, and then
some big boys you were fighting.
Yeah,
too, you know what I mean?
I remember when I fought the Giant White. I remember being at the weigh-in, and I'm looking up at this dude, and I said, "Damn, how am I gonna hit him on his chin to try to stop him?" But of course, for him being so big, he was a little slower, so I was trying to get in there and get to him before he got to me. I remember he hit me in the shoulder with just a jab, and I was like, "Oh,
You feel that, huh?
Good thing it wasn't my chin. I put my shoulder in the way, or I rolled with it, or whatever, and then I just knew I had to jump on him to get him out of there because he could be danger.
Yeah.
The fight went on.
And the build up to eventually the end of your career. I mean, the talk on ESPN, the talk in the boxing community, the talk around California, at least that I know, where they were building you up to fight George Foreman.
Yes.
Is there any truth to that?
Oh yeah, there was. We're in Malibu with George Foreman, his manager, Slice lawyer, lived about three houses away from the Malibu Pier. So we're there eating one day, and then George Foreman, that's when he first came out with the barbecue grill.
Oh, yeah.
The
George Foreman grill?
Yeah, George Foreman grill. So it was like a little plastic, like the first one they made. So he signed it to me, to Alex Love George. And I put it back in the box, and I took it home. But then we ate dinner and all that. And so then his manager stood up, and he says, and the guy's next to me, the guy who's handling me, he says, he stands up, he goes, wait a minute. He goes, wait a minute. He goes, George, when's the last time you fought? And then George Foreman, probably a year or 9 months ago. So then the manager says, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's have a tune-up fight, and then we'll fight Garcia. And then right then when he said that to us, I started kicking my knee to my manager, like, oh man.
Yeah.
They went, the new car I was gonna buy. They went my new socks and tennis shoes and stuff I was gonna buy, because I knew I was gonna get paid. So when we were first talking with George, in the papers and all that, George was gonna get 10 million, and then he was gonna get 20 million. I was gonna get $1 million, and then I was gonna make 3 million. And then they decided to fight a tune-up fight before me and him fought, so we could announce it on TV. So then I fight, he used to spar with Foreman, Mike Dixon.
Yeah, Mike Dixon.
So then, there's no excuse. He caught me, my hand was up, but it slid back, and he caught me on my temple. And I lost in the second round to Mike Dixon, and then Foreman fought. I fought on a Tuesday night, but Foreman fought that day, Saturday night at the downtown in Vegas at I can't remember if it was the Hilton or what hotel it was at. And Foreman Ray lost.
Yeah.
I think it was a 10-round decision or whatever. So I knew we weren't going to fight. So then I fought a couple of days later on USA, Tuesday Night Fights, and then I wound up losing. But people said, yeah, he went to the fight and he was counting his winnings already. But it wasn't going to happen because Foreman lost the fight, so I wasn't going to fight Foreman now. So then I fought a couple of days later, and then I lost.
Thank you to HDC Construction in Ontario, California. They're a national leader in commercial construction with a proven track record of expertise in cold storage solutions and epoxy flooring. Their team works closely with you to efficiently meet all compliance standards while maintaining budget commitments and completing projects on time. HDC Construction works with Fortune 500 companies and small businesses throughout the country in the areas of steel stud framing, refrigeration panels, dock doors, comprehensive drain systems, fire sprinklers, block walls, and much more. For bids, quotes, or a free consultation, call 909-626-0214 or visit their website at www.hdconstruction.com. Ralph Sarabia and his wife Jody Sarabia are the founders of Putazos. They started Putazos to reach the veteran community who is currently losing 22 vets a day to suicide. Ralph and his unit, 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines, lost over 15 guys while serving in Iraq. He wanted to share with you that whether you fight physical or mental battles, it ain't over yet. With that said, Putazos has developed high-end boxing gloves that have been approved by State Athletic Commission to be in pro fights. If you want a boxing glove that's inspired by patriotism and is battle-tested, check them out at putazosfightapparel.com. And just keep in mind that a portion of Putazos proceeds will go to the Semper Fi Fund, which helps wounded warriors. Also, we want to give another shout out to Valley Mission Builders. Valley Mission Builders is a general building company with over 3 generations of construction experience. They specialize in all phases of home construction, new home building, remodeling, room additions, and ADU and guest units. They can assist with planning and designing to complete construction. They service the greater Los Angeles area and Ventura counties, including the San Fernando Valley. Give Valley Mission Builders a call for a free consultation.
Let me ask you this, sir. Are you, now that you're retired, now that you're living, your retirement age, are you bitter from any of your career? Is anything that you wish you would have changed, or,
Yeah, one thing, but I won't mention it. But
yeah, all right.
I had bad teaching, bad advice, bad. I wouldn't say his name, but
yeah, it just went downhill.
Everything went downhill, and I'm a trustful guy. I believe what they're telling me because I didn't know nothing about the sport. I mean, I should watch it with my dad and stuff, but people don't realize boxing is really a cutthroat business. Yeah. If you, behind the scenes, you're watching it on TV or you're at the fights watching it, you're all caught up in all that. But behind the scenes, in the locker room, in the gyms, the training, it's a cutthroat business.
Yeah.
My
son is a professional fighter. He's got 10 fights. Ben Lira, who raised me pretty much and trained me and trained my oldest son, and now is a trainer for Adrian, and he's very protective of my boy.
That's
very protective, He don't like nobody talking to him. You know what? And Adrian knows you don't talk to anybody, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't take.
And it's a cutthroat business,
Oh yeah.
And I know it's very. But with that said, there was a lot of support for you, a lot of love for you, and now let's move to today. If you had a chance to turn the old, young 20-year-old Alex Garcia, who would you like to fight in the heavyweight division?
Well, definitely it would have been Foreman, but too bad. Because let's put it this way: if I would have won my fight, Foreman would have won his. We would have met. I wouldn't be here today. Who knows how much money I would have got? Because they were first talking $1 million, then they said $2 million, and it finally came to $5 million. Foreman's was $10 million, then $20 million, then $30 million. As the fights were going on. And then as soon as Foreman lost, everything went downhill.
On
And
both
then-
sides, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
and then I lost on Tuesday night, a couple days later, but the fight was out the window already, and people always said, "Oh, he had that fight on his mind, and he went into the fight." And I'm thinking, who knows? I mean,
What do you think of the heavyweight division now, today?
tell you the truth, as for the boxing, I watch here and there, but I don't even chase. Like I used to be go to the fights or try to make the fights, and now it's just like let's put it this way, I'm too busy fishing.
There you go.
You know,
Relaxing
boxing,
sport, right?
They always said you want to be a trainer, you ought to be a trainer. I said, nah, just leave it alone. Let someone else handle that because I can't.
Yeah, you gotta love it though.
Yeah.
And if you don't got the heart for it or the want for it, yeah, fishing is awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I got homies were tough guys back in the day, and that's all they do now is go deep sea fishing.
Yeah. People say it's
Homeboy
so boring.
Bumper and Rocky,
Yeah.
they're out there always deep sea fishing, man.
Yeah.
I gotta hook them up with you guys.
Yeah,
you guys
for
go out
sure.
there fishing.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what it is too about the ocean. I kind of stay away from there because I get woozy on them boats.
You do it safe on the lake.
Yeah, but I'm always at Castaic or somewhere like that, Big Bear or wherever we're at. I'm always on the shore fishing. And people think it's too boring. You put the pole in, you turning your phone, doing whatever. No, but I'm always the best fishing, man. I'm throwing this, try that. And I'm always constantly changing lures and doing this, top water, bottom lures, plastic lures. So, and to this day, the biggest bass I ever caught was 10 pounds, 4 ounces.
Fish tacos, Holmes.
And he's on the wall, so
He's still on the wall?
Yeah, he's still on the wall. He hasn't
There you
moved
go.
yet. So maybe he might move when we get another earthquake. He'll fall off
up.
the wall. Yeah.
So you know what, Alex? I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything you want to tell the fans? Any advice to the young fighters?
Oh yeah, to the young fighters, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Whatever you're doing, you throw a punch from right here, you throw a punch, you come back to that same spot. Always keep your hands up because that's this way and move like the lures, they teach that all the time. The movement, I was a heavyweight and I was a big guy and we don't move that much. We're just trying to knock each other's heads off. But pay attention, especially to the lure brothers. They're good trainers for the smaller guys. And you gotta listen to them because they've been around a long time. They know their craft, So that's one thing. But main thing is boxing. Be in shape. You got to be in shape. And how do you get in shape? No smoking, no drinking, and constantly running and be in the gym. That's how you can be in shape.
There you go, guys. You heard it from one of the top heavyweights in the world. And we just again, Alex, I thank you, brother, for coming on, homie. I got you in my prayers and enjoy life and go that fishing, bro.
Oh yeah, still do it. Make them fish tacos.
That's right. Say goodbye to the fans.
Okay, I'll see you guys around, and I'll be back someday soon.
Go on YouTube, guys. Push the subscribe button. Third Man in the Ring. God bless, man.